Everybody, welcome to the Get It Done podcast, special edition. Val Miller and Jimmy Ryan going to Momentum Builder. Let's get it done. All right, the special edition of the Get It Done podcast is sponsored by Momentum Builder 2023. And hey, we're just super pumped to be going. And if you are considering going but have not yet purchased a ticket, I encourage you, number one, to go. But also, we have access to the biggest discount that is currently available anywhere online. And all you got to do is put in Jimi 231, and it's on the bottom of the screen. I have a little scroll right here. For $231 off. It is the biggest discount that is available, and we want to see you there. And Val and I, we're both going, so we want to try to get all of our friends and mortgage family to go. Val, welcome to this special edition we got going on here.
Jimmy, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited for this. Looking forward to it. I couldn't be more excited to see everyone in the new year. It's been a few months since I've been to an industry event, so it's going to be great to see everyone, get some great content. They have a killer lineup, so I'm looking forward to it.
So let's talk about it. We want to have a really quick live on this, and really the goal is here. We want to get more people to come. Use the discount code. Please do it. But you have a special relationship with one of the speakers, Ryan Grant, managing the marketing for Art of Home Ownership. What are we going to see from Ryan this year? I know I've featured a lot of people, talking about some of the speakers, but what can we expect out of Ryan this year?
Yeah, so if you've never heard Ryan speak at one of these events, it's one of those sessions where you feel like you can run through a brick wall afterwards, because he's just one of those very high level people who, I know this is kind of a trigger word and it's kind of cliche in the industry, trying to always differentiate yourself. But Ryan really talks about truly differentiating in a way that is unique to a lot of others in the industry. So everyone always wants to focus on basically the same things, trying to differentiate themselves. So Ryan's just going to bring a fresh take to that whole concept of differentiating yourself as a mortgage professional. And I can promise you it will be inspiring. I like watching it every time he speaks. So it's exciting. I can't wait to hear his 2023 version of the content, and it's going to be awesome.
What I love most about Ryan is that he talks about, look, I'm changing the mortgage industry, and it's just so cool and inspiring to listen to, because I think that there's a lot of uninspired people. I think there's a lot of people that have lost their mojo, lost their momentum, and maybe made some goals to start the year. How does Ryan, would you say, inspire others to be great?
Oh, that's such a good question. You know what he said to me somewhat recently, because obviously now is a tough time in the industry and people are feeling a little burnt out and not super motivated because they haven't been seeing a lot of wins. It's been down in the industry. And the one thing that he said to me was, Val, you can be that beam of light for people that need it the most, but first you need to be a beam of light for yourself. And that was one of those things where it was like, oh, that really hit me, because you need to be, it's almost like you can't fill anyone else's cup until your own is full. So it's like taking care of yourself first and doing the things not only in your business, but in your life, like getting into a routine that really fills your cup and energizes you, doing the things that really make your life fulfilled, so that in your work life, you can give 100% and you can inspire those around you. So he just has a way of really saying the things that I feel like you always need to hear at the right times.
Boy, 100%. And Ryan, I've had him on the show. I think he's episode 78. Look it up. That's quite it's one of the podcast interviews I've listened to several times, just because you really leave with so much hope for the industry. And it's a super cool thing. So, okay. So you run the Art of a Home Ownership. Is Ryan going to go over that at Momentum Builder? Or I guess, like, why the Art of Home Ownership? What would be something cool about it that someone would want to know?
Yeah. So it's really, Ryan Ryan designed Art of Homeownership around the concept that he follows for his business. So that being truly different and going from a perspective of adding value to consumers rather than just trying to get their loan done quick and give them the lowest rate possible. It's how can we really be that really like a lifetime advisor to them. So no matter what it is in terms of finance and real estate, you're going to be that professional that they come to. And maybe it's not, you're not all financial advisors. That's not your role, but it's coming to you looking for advice. So you do have those trusted advisors that you can at least refer them to. So the Art of Homeownership platform was really designed around what Ryan's going to be talking about. So it's taking the concept and putting it into actual technology so that it's setting you up for success long term, to be there for your clients, to stay top of mind, to create value, really on a weekly, or now with our new app, a daily basis. It's meant to really drive engagement on a very regular basis, because as a mortgage professional, you're not interacting with your past clients on a weekly basis, because that would be ridiculous. But it's just a way to stay in front of them and be top of mind.
So I just checked it out. He's episode number 79. So if you look at the Get It On podcast, episode 79, and that's a great segue, because in that interview, we talk about how he started out being basically like an online lead caller and working for a company that he would even say like it was a terrible company. I didn't last there long, but he had some success, and all of a sudden, the whole market imploded, and he found himself with no leads. And hey, you should probably talk to realtors. I think Alec Hansen was actually his mentor, and I've had him on the show too. That's a great interview. But he talks about going to Sales Mastery with Todd Duncan and how he was just so young and naive about really like, oh, what am I going to do? Go to a mastermind and learn how to be a great loan officer.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of us tend to think about a mastermind or a personal development type of a thing, where it's just this salesy hoorah type of a thing. And I remember specifically you talked about Todd Duncan, who, by the way, is going to Momentum Builder, worth the price of admission just to see Todd Duncan, truly just that.
Right.
But he talks about how he went to Sales Mastery and it completely changed his life. And he went and then started to actually implement the systems that Todd Duncan teaches at Sales Mastery. We get Todd Duncan at Momentum Builder. It's a whole part of it. So I think it's a super cool thing that I'm pumped to see. What have you ever even seen Todd Duncan before?
I actually haven't. No, I think I've been in, because some of these events that I go to, it's really for Art of Homeownership. So I'm excited for this one. I'm not going to be in the booth this time. I get to actually be an attendee and actually attend all of the sessions, which is cool. So it will be my first time actually listening to Todd Duncan. But I know that just coaching and mentorship in general has played a really big part in Ryan and Danny Hirani. If you don't know Danny, he plays a big part in Art of Homeownership. And both of them talk about how coaching has impacted them so much, to the point where now they have their own coaching company. So shameless plug for Tribe Coaching. The guys are great over there. So it has really played a role and impacted them in a major way. So I think that's there's a lot to be said for Todd Duncan and his leadership.
And Danny's one of my most played podcast interviews of all time. Danny's
I'm not surprised. 84. Danny's great.
He's an incredible dude. All right, so you're going. What are you most excited for outside of the speakers?
I'm a super extrovert, so probably the networking, just seeing the people that I already know in the industry, and obviously getting to meet new people. If you're there and you see me, please say hi. I love meeting new people. That's probably the thing that I'm looking forward to the most.
And I would say the same for me. The first day they actually open it up with a networking event, and it's at Caesar's Palace. It's by the pool. I mean, it's just such an epic environment to have a networking piece. And literally all of the VIPs are going to be, all the speakers are going to be there, so you can come and say hi. And I would say too, if you see me there, please come and say hi. Even if we haven't met ever in person, like I'm with you, Val. I feed off of that. I go for the networking. That's my number one. Right. And then if you sign up for VIP, there's a luncheon that's included. There's some more intimate networking pieces that are a part of it. And hey, use the discount code Jimi231. That would be awesome of you. And let's see, we're rounding up 10 minutes. And I said we were going to be that. What else, Val?
Jimmy, from your perspective, because I think everyone goes to these events with a little bit of a different strategy. So some people go primarily for the content. You said you really like the networking piece, but what's your strategy going to an event like this? Are you going for the content? Are you going for adding value to your audience? Are you going for networking? Like, what's your primary strategy going into it?
Okay, so two things. So first off, I'm front row and I take notes. I take pages and pages of notes. I feel like I don't pay attention unless I do, and that's actually how I met Gino. Gino came up to me, he's like, "Hey Jimmy, I really appreciate that you're in front row, and like paying attention and taking notes, and like that, like you're why we get up here." But more deeply, Don and Gino actually invited me to come backstage, and I get the chance to interview every single person that speaks on the stage.
Oh, no way.
Right after they speak. So I'm going to get to talk to people like Todd Duncan and here just like a quick list. Like, my gosh, we have Todd Duncan, Barry Habib, Renee Rodriguez, Cindy Garza, Neil Dingra. Oh my goodness, all these people are just epic. And there's Ryan, Josh Pitts, Phil Treadwell, Roland Cochran, Dave Savage, Craig Mike, Cindy Ertman, all these people. It's like, I mean, the price of admission is worth it just to see like one of these people,
right?
And you really get to see all of them. And I tell you what, for me, I look at it like I'm going to have so much great content, to put together just by having even 5 minutes with each one of these people. So,
right. Valuable. Killer lineup. You can't get any better than that.
I appreciate the tee up for that. So, hey, in closing, look, we're going to be there. Say hi to us when you come. And if you're considering going, my goodness, it is so cheap to go, all things considered. And use the discount code Jimmy231 for $231 off. That is the biggest discount code that you can possibly get right now. That's Momentum Builder 2023. And we will see you there.
See you there, everybody. Can't wait. Thanks, Jimmy.